And you've been looking past all the way back through to the '74 World Cup.
Indeed.
And looking at market reaction or impact. And generally, the numbers tell you that World Cups are not great for stocks, but actually pretty good for currencies.
Yeah, Martin, such a pleasure to move away from trade tariff and North Korea, U.S. to talk about the World Cup for once. But we see some relevance for the market. So as you correctly alluded to, that FX markets tend to be fairly stable around the World Cup. In fact, leading into the World Cup, we have seen the favorites see some sort of a decent performance in the FX. So Brazilian real, of course, has not been doing particularly well, nor the Argentine peso. But if they tend to do well in the World Cup, we might see some upside for them. But the more conclusion that we have out of the study is the equity markets. There's clear signs that in the last 6 to 8 World Cups that you look at, even if you abstract away from, say, the Asian crisis in '98, because that was an unusual year, in the normal economic cycle-related World Cups.
Does trading evaporate?
Yes.
Okay.
Particularly here in Singapore, we see STI volumes fall, and we certainly see STI's May-June performance over the last 6 to 8 World Cups negative, by and large, during the World Cup. So we're saying it must be something to do with the late-night viewing.
Probably so. Gosh. Okay. Pick a winner.
Well, my personal pick is France, but my team's pick is Argentina and Germany equally. 25% of group research and DBS think it's Germany, other 25% think it's Argentina. After the last couple of days' outcome, some of them may be having second thoughts.
This is true, yeah. And is it too early yet to talk about if not all of these predictions come true, what happens with currencies?
Well, generally speaking, post-World Cup performance goes back to the fundamentals. So leading up, some expectations, some euphoria play into people's expectation. Afterward, economic fundamentals come back. So even if Brazil were to win the World Cup, or even if Argentina were to win the World Cup, I would expect that euphoria to be very short-lived because there are some grim economic realities out there.
Indeed. I mean, you make an interesting point here with regard to the continent, Europeans. I mean, they're great at football, right? They're not so good at debt.
They're not good at debt at all.
Remarkably, except for LATAM countries,
Indeed,
right?
indeed. So if you look at the last 20, 30 years, Asian economies have invested quite a bit of resources in football, but they've steadily weakened in their rankings. It has come at the success, if you will, of the Eastern European countries, the Bosnias and Serbias and Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan of the world, who are all ranked well below 100. In the last 10, 15 years, they've sort of joined the European dynamic in becoming better. But that doesn't necessarily mean those countries have seen better economies. So it seems to me that Asians are busy building infrastructure, working on education, not focusing on sports that much. And in that particular case, economic performance and football performance have become divergent.
That's kind of sad, right?
That's kind of sad. You'd like to think that the vital country would be vital both in economics and sports.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.